Check out channelfireball.com to step up your game with videos and articles from the best in the world. You can use the code Gaby at checkout to help support this channel. Hello everybody on YouTube and welcome. We are drafting some vintage cube. What should we take? We could take, is it Signet? We could take Chromox. We could take Sylvan Caryatid. Oh my god, Luis having to one up.
76-64.
So proud of my rage quitting? Nah, I just have better things to do, like start a new draft. I don't really want to play against that match. I thank you, Luis, for the 76 months. They are very much appreciated. I think I'm just going to take the Signet. So the problem with taking Ramunap is that they made the 5-color stuff so much worse. And Ramunap is really good with all that 5-color stuff. So it's a little less exciting, you know. I don't know what we're following up with, though. Yeah, this pack is Feast. I could take the Grave Titan. It's like the best card in the pack, I think. This does look like a bad Legacy Cube deck pack. Not even anything for, like, a playable Legacy Cube deck. Could take Bob. Could take Sower, maybe. Could take Steve. Tribe Elder's the strongest card. This pack is sad. Maybe we do take Steve. You think Geddon's the most powerful card, but then you also have to mono white. Yeah. This is just... This goes with Ravages. I kind of like the speculative Steve pick. Because, like, it's most likely we don't even end up playing this. See, here we can take the Worn Power Stone, and then maybe we can be en route to drafting, like, Brown or something. Now I'm regretting not taking the Ravages, because we could have gone Signet, Ravages, Worn Power Stone also. Blightsteel Colossus. Could also take Library of Alexandria. Oh, the Wildfires were cut from the cube. I guess we'd have to draft it without that. We could also take Blightsteel. Like, if we take Blightsteel Colossus, we're live for, like, Tinker or something. Since we have an Is It Signet Worn Power Stone start. You would law. It's actually solid. Yeah, I was between that and Blightsteel. It took you so long to realize it was natural order. It looks really nice. It does just look very different than normal. Might wheel the Colossus? Maybe. I'm not gonna stress out if we don't. There's nothing here for us.
Gaby Party Vintage Cubers.
Yo, Codemasters, thank you so much for the 7. I could see taking a Braid. 5th pick Dracolich. We've tried to draft a Dracolich in a couple of decks, and that card should not be in the cube. That is my conclusion. Let's just take a Braid. Finally someone cubing. Oh yeah. We came at a game. Could take Sphinx of the Steel Wind if we still want to try to live that Tinker dream. It's not a card we're, like, likely to cast. Somebody streams so few cubes. Yeah, I find that people these days just, like, don't really want to play Magic Online, and I can't blame them. Magic Online is just Magic Online. Like, what are you gonna do? Get rid of that. The other option is we could take Council's Judgment or Dark Slick Shores for, like, fixing. You come to a conclusion but skip drafting Dracolich part. You're smarter than I am. I'll take the Dark Slick Shores. That seems reasonable. Ulamog the Infinite Gyre. I mean, this is the kind of deck that could end up with enough mana to cast a card like this. Also, if I end up in red and if I end up with, like, a Through the Breach or a Sneak Attack, I would be pretty happy to have that Ulamog. Also, if I end up in the Hiri, which is another card very likely to end up in these colors, then the Ulamog is also nice. MTGO is vintage. Vintage is it's a generous way to describe Magic Online. MTGO is boomer. I think that is the word you're looking for. Could take Blood Chief's Thirst. Arena cubing could be sweet if it wasn't total fleecing. Wait, what do you mean fleecing? That feels like terminology that I've not yet heard. You like the breeding pool? I can also absolutely see the breeding pool, especially we already took the dark slick. Fleecing is stealing money. Oh, look at that. Interesting. I learned something new today. Won't you look at that? Okay, there's a Sylvan Caryatid that's come all the way back around, which makes me feel like green is omega open. We have that Steve also. So we could potentially bring the Steve back here. Take the Caryatid because there's nothing else for us. And then we have the breeding pool that goes along with it. Yeah, exactly, Luis. We're on the same, totally on the same page. Hey, Dunning! Thank you so much for the Prime sub. I very much appreciate that. Yeah, I could see the Mirari's Wake. The Mirari's Wake might work in this deck or this deck right now since we're in 2 decks at the moment. We have not had, yes, exactly, Coingler. We haven't had like a good direction to go in. No one is drafting green. We should just take the Thragtusk here. So if we do that, yeah, look at this. It's just not remotely close. So sort by mana value, and now this might stay in here, especially if we play Mirari's Wake. No respect for Yogg, I know, but that's like no respect from everyone. Green Sun, Zenith, and Nagarim's Awakening to the sideboard. Yep. We are drafting a green something deck. So this Darkslick Shores is looking a little sketchier. The Abrade's not looking good. Steve Caryatid. This might work if we end up playing like a blue splash in this kind of deck. Currently the Ulamog doesn't look amazing, but could certainly be playable. Obviously I don't like Worn Power Stone as much in like a green ramp deck. Same goes for Soul Ring, but we obviously are just going to take that and not complain. Yeah, weird. The Draco Lich Wield. Yes, old school Soul Ring art is cool. Like the one that's like all red and like full of fire. Avacyn's Pilgrim or Deranged Hermit. Hey, Shadow Wolf. Heck yeah, 5-color green. They crushed the 5-color deck this time around. You got Pilgrim or Tomb. Monolith goes better with the Ulamog. The Monolith goes really well with the Soul Ring. It goes well with the Sun Zenith. Not so well with the Avenger. I could totally see taking the Monolith here. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Let me... Wooded Foothills is a fetch that gets Breeding Pool. This is a weird deck. Well, we just had a pack 1 that was not strong in any direction, and then we tabled every green card. And then we moved in, right? So, like, I don't know. It's been a kind of tricky draft to navigate. It's been tricky, Jules. Jules, come back. Come back to me. Hi, cutie pie. So, 6969, part of the reason I'm switching back, I'm going to take the Foothills. Part of the reason I'm switching back, oh, hello. See, that gives us a clear direction that we could go into. If we take that opposition and then just ditch all the other non-color stuff that we're doing, we can just try to draft a blue-green opposition deck that just picked up a Breeding Pool and a Wooded Foothills to fetch for blue. Plus, we have Steve to get blue and the Sylvan Caryatid, which just casts blue. And if we table that Hermit, which is very possible because no one seemed to be drafting the green cards, we've got ourselves a direction. Yeah, I think we can move that. And then just take this. All right. So you're saying there's a chance. That Tireless Tracker's not bad. We've got 1 fetch so far. Yeah, I guess it's not that great. The Phyrexian Metamorph is also really nice. Dogmaker Garruk. Oh yeah, that's I haven't played that much with that Garruk in this iteration of Cube. I haven't really seen him be good, or I haven't done anything good with it either. Hi, Julita. Hi, cutie. Whoa. Tracker is nice with the weave artifact synergies with green synergies. Yeah, that's true, actually. That is a reason to take it. Botanical Sanctum is decent fixing. God, I hate that they added... Why Palace Jailer? Why can't we just be done with that card? So there was a Leovold, I think, unfortunately, in Pack 1 that we never took. Which means that we don't have outs to play Leovold. Unfortunate, but what are you going to do? Take... Oh, actually, there's a Flooded Strand. Hold on. What kind of cards do you draft for opposition? Like token makers or things that make multiple creatures usually. Yeah, I hadn't actually seen the Flooded Strand. This is better with a Breeding Pool. And it's also better with a Tireless Tracker. This is also a good card. Goes with a Breeding Pool and goes with a Tireless Tracker. The other option is Golos or Garruk. Garruk is quite good as well. Garruk also is good synergy with opposition. Can we actually pass Golos and keep our self-respect? I think we're going to have to. Because we just picked up another fetch, and this fetch is good. I mean, it's a blue fetch, and I kind of feel like this goes really well. How are we doing on this cube so far? Hey, Dave. This has been a challenging draft. But I think we are doing okay. Close could mean with Signet spinning. I don't think we're going to end up in 5-color, though. Ooh, Kylix. I'm glad you liked it. What kind of seafood did you guys get? That place is... I would recommend highly to anybody who's into seafood. We could take Ren and 6 potentially. We'd have to do some better fixing to actually be able to play it. But it looks good in this deck. The other option is like Karn because that makes tokens, but it's kind of mediocre. Primal Command or Mirror Battlesphere. Battle Ball looks pretty good. This is a cool one to ramp into and works really well with opposition too. The Drange Hermit came back. Incredible. There's also the Avacyn's Pilgrim, but I think the Hermit is just so fantastic with opposition. Did a fried platter with 2 pounds of crawfish, 2 pounds of shrimp, TCC medium sauce. I love it. We usually do the all-in, and we do like medium for the all-in. And don't typically get any of the fried stuff, just maybe like some of the gumbo or something. We're not playing any of these. Oh yeah, she's a good girl. Look at her. She's the best girl. I'll take a Hanger Beezy. Not for the main deck. Ooh, Garruk makes tokens. Survival of the Fittest is kind of interesting if we were a little more focused. But we're not. Okay, I don't mind the direction we're in. We need another, like, 1-mana ramp creatures and a couple more, like, green finishers. Like, we've got Avenger, but that's so bad with Green Suns. The fried food was mediocre, but I like the boiled food and the Cajun fries. Yep, that's kind of how I feel about the place. Ooh, Birds of Paradise. Ooh, woo. Someone is getting 15th picks, Palace Jailer. Very not representative of how good that card actually is. That card is busted. I literally just scooped to it because I don't want to play against that deck. Yeah, Jules, I didn't like it either. I think that card is dumb. How have I found AFR so far? I liked it. Cube came out. Oh. Yo, we can totally play this channel. We've got Battlesphere and Ulamog. Yeah. This is going to make Molly leave the stream, which is the sad part. But what are you going to do? I think we're split stick channel here. I would play Portal in this deck. And I think we'd be happy to. Oh, Molly, no. Come on, man. It's like taking bribery. Sometimes you just put in the spot where you have to. Like, I feel like this... Now we're definitely playing the Ulamog, by the way. It was looking like we weren't gonna, but now we are. Oh, the Woodfall Primus is nice with the Green Sun Zenith. Just to have, like, another big thing to... It's impossible to channel into, but, like, that's fine. I would... We really need more of the 1-mana creatures. Omnath. I wish, Fader, they really just destroyed the archetype this time around. You guys saw me not want to draft anything but 5 colors the last cube iteration, and, like, now we're here, right? Honkers or Llanowar Elves? So... Oh, is it Tinker? It might be Tinker. What are the things that we're tinkering into? Just Battle Ball? If it's just Battle Ball, I want to take a Ramper. It is good. Like, we have the Signet, Monolith, and Worn Power Stone for it. We also have the Renin 6, in which case I think... You could also put Blightsteel back in. We never grab Blightsteel. Nah. I'm going to take the Honkers. Maybe unpopular opinion, but I don't think 5 colors all that fun in cube. It's a very specific, like, taste of deck potato, if that makes sense. Like, you either like playing those really long, drawn out... I'm going to take the Hierarch. Those really long, drawn out, grindy games, or you don't. And if you don't like those kinds of games, I would not recommend drafting the 5 color decks because they're really slow too. Wow, that was a good pickup. Court of Bounty is me. I'd rather take a ramp creature in that spot. Oh, so normally I'm not like super enthused about Karn, but I think Karn's good in this deck because we've got the channel, and I think some games we're going to just channel Karn, destroy their land, and they're dead. Like, I think Karn's one of those cards that has gotten power creeped pretty badly in Cube, but it works really well here. Yes, we also have the Monolith, which makes the Monolith a lot better because we have to go like turn 2 Monolith, like a couple more turns, then play Karn. Yeah, I think we're a great Karn deck. Hexdrinker's okay. Is that better than a Rift Sower? Oh, I see what you're saying, Potato. Drafting... Yeah. I see what you're saying. Prioritizing stuff in that deck is definitely weird. Yo, Shay, how are you? Dude, it's been so long.
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you, Shay? I saw you restarted up the stream. That's pretty cool. Biogenicus works well here. If we're already going to be playing... Oh, wait a second. There's a Coercive Portal. I kind of like Portal in this deck. We've got the channel. We've got the Portal. Like, we can sometimes channel Portal. You'd rather die than play Magic. That's fair. I saw that you've been doing some, like, other stuffs. Because the other option was Dragonlord Atarka, but I'm kind of digging this Portal. And not the Pelucrano, sorry. Copperline Gorge works for Renin 6. I think we should take that. Raging Ravine works for Renin 6. I think we should take that. This is a weird cube, shame. I don't like what they did to the cube this time around. It's been kind of weird. But they've added a bunch of cards now that are making like weird things wheel and weird things table, if that makes sense. Drafted it a couple times, felt flat to you. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt too. Monolith. Is that better than the Turntimber Symbiosis? I think Turntimber Symbiosis looks good. Cool. Beetle, basically what they did this cube time is they took out some cards that removed certain archetypes, but then the cards that they added didn't really like add that much to the cube, if that makes sense. So the end result was just like, it's the regular vintage cube minus some of the like fan favorite decks, like the 5 color deck and stuff. They added a bunch of Monarch cards, and I hate Monarch. I hate it so much. It's like my least favorite mechanic. I was talking to BK about it the other day, and like how you would go about, because you guys know BK's a game designer, right? And how you would go about like balancing a card like that. And part of the problem is like the mechanic is supposed to be a reward for people that play creatures, right? It's like, oh, this is like, you play a bunch of creatures so you can get the Monarch. But then the way you acquire the Monarch is usually through a card. It's not like once you hit an opponent, you get the Monarch. Like, that's the way you can get the Monarch back, right? But to acquire the Monarch in the first place, you can just cast a card. And so the problem there is you have the way you get the mechanic, it encourages you to play a control deck with Wraths as opposed to like this great benefit from having creatures, right? Ark, thank you so much for the 56. Oops, I don't know what I pressed, but I meant to do this. And it's also supposed to create tension in multiplayer games about who's attacking who and providing incentives to attack other people because you don't want the person to be the Monarch. So in a setting where it's a 1v1 where it encourages you to play just Wraths and not interact with the way the mechanic's supposed to be engaged with, which is like having creatures, it just leads to these stupid games where you go Winter or Palace Jailer and it's like, well, that's not fun. I don't want to play this game anymore. You know what I mean? I don't know. This is my rant about the Monarch. I just hate it. I hate it so much. I wish it weren't like this, but it is. I wish it didn't have to be this way. But it is. I don't think we want the Hex Drinker. Agree, Shay. Agree. Hey, Sid, it's good to see you. Monarchy and Magic is about as bullshit as it is in real life. Yes, we found something where they overlap. What are we cutting? The opposition has to be good in this deck, right?
42 months. That's like 17 years.
Yo, Darzog, thank you so much for the 42. Palace Chiller, I mean, White Jace. That's a good nickname for it. This is a land, so it shouldn't be counted there. So this is 27. I don't really think did we get there on this Ren and 6? We have this, the Raging Ravine and the Copperline Gorge to get stuff back from the yard. What's the best stuff that we're getting back from the yard? Yeah, Thragtusk can certainly be one of our cuts. Is there good unfair stuff in this cube? This deck is incredibly fair. This deck is not that fair. We have channel into this or that. And we've got Soul Ring. I think it's the Ren and 6 actually looks not really where I want to be. So we get rid of the Ravine and the Copperline Gorge and the Ren and 6, and then we just use these for the fixing. Yeah, I decided that the Ren looks kind of not great. Our non-channel draws are going to be meh. Yeah, we have some draws that are good. Like, we have some Soul Rings and Monolith. The Signet actually looks kind of sketchy as well. The Monolith Soul Ring Worn Power Stone into these guys looks good. If we're going to channel, I have to channel Hex Drinker. It is cool. It is a good combo. Hold on, let's figure out what else we're cutting then. We can bring this back to the maybe board. Because that is actually kind of a combo. I guess if we have opposition, we don't need the Thragtusk. I think between Biogenic Goose and Drained Hermit, we've kind of got the token thing covered. So yeah, Thragtusk could probably get booted out for now. And that's 25. Yeah, I think we want 16 lands with this one. So we have like one more cut. If we are playing the Hex Drinker, we need one more cut. One of the Garrux. Yeah, I guess that this Garruk is kind of sucksers. All right, this is 24. So Wooded Foothills, Library, Flooded Strand, and Breeding Pool go back in. And these will not be dead, right? This fetches... These two fetch this one. Yep. One island and 2 11 forests works well for the Steve. All right. I like it. I like channel X Drinker. That's a combo. This draft was super hard to navigate. Oh, the turn timber, yes. That is my mistake. Thank you for noticing. Totally forgot about it. Oh, hold on. Are we playing a Flooded Strand that's gonna die really easily? It dies after 2 draws, potentially. Like, after a Breeding Pool... I don't like putting a second island, though. I think I'd rather just have my Flooded Strand die if that happens. Because if Flooded Strand is dead, we're doing fine. Yeah, exactly, Time Twister. If Flooded Strand is dead, it means like we found everything we needed, right? All right, Chad, I'm really happy that the stream's working. I was worried about Luis's showdown later. But it looks like we done fixed it. Yes, I agree with Shay's point of wanting to maximize channel on 2. I think a lot of the games we win with this deck are going to be on the back of channel on like an early turn. It's going to be that or like the turns where we have Soul Ring into like Power Stone into like the colorless cards. This is a really mediocre green deck. Achievement, win with Channel Hex Drinker. All right, I like it. That's a good achievement. So you can do this on turn 3 because you need 2 to channel and 1 to pay for the Hex Drinker, then all the level up. So you could do it as early as 3. Would have been nice to get a Mox. Oh, wow. Molly has us covered. Hey, look at that. We've got the combo, baby. Do you have experience with this play? We're playing against basic mount, and I kind of like... Oh, woo. Interesting. Against basic mountain, I still kind of think it's better just to play the Soul Ring. I guess that's damage that doesn't go at us. So maybe they don't know that we're just going to get immediately carned. I think I'd rather just play Ring. Birds does let us play Tracker and Karn in the same turn. I just think it's so likely that Karn's just going to clown them on next turn. Stone Coil. Yeah, I kind of didn't want to run out the Birds of Paradise to just die, was the thing. Because now I'm locked into just playing Karn Liberated and probably going upstairs. They're at 5. We could Tracker plus Bird. But I already played my land. Nah, I'm just here to... Although, if we do tracker plus bird, then next turn we can go... No, I don't have the land. No, I'm just gonna... Shame tracker. No, I'm just gonna channel. I just don't think they can beat this early. Next turn we can play Tireless Tracker plus Birds of Paradise and like they can no longer attack. This is not a colored card either. What do we get? A Manamorphose. Okay. Oh, you meant no way you play a Shame Tracker? That's fair. I read Mesa plus land, and they are going to attack Karn, presumably. Yeah, I don't know why they're playing the... It could be that they're like a prowess deck, and that's why they're playing the Manamorphose. Like, if they have T-Swift, like Monastery Swift Spear or something. Yeah, I just don't think they can beat that. Against red, I do want to bring Swag Tusk back in. Pelucranos looks good. Course of Portal looks slow. And Morphos is Monorit that didn't get there, yes. What's the over-under on MTGO crashing if you restart the game? MTGO, I've restarted the game with Karn a lot. But I guess I haven't done it recently, so I'm not sure. Yeah, Seth. Years of playing against Strawn has conditioned us to believe that turn 3 Karn is acceptable. I need to take out like one more thing. Oh, Sylvan Library is probably a little sketchy against like a red deck. My want to take 8 tendencies doesn't like play as well there. Oof. Gilded Goose into nothing castable for years. I don't actually think we can keep this. That sounds slow, but I kind of want to keep it. We just put back a forest and then go turn 1, draw, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We put one back right now. We draw. So we're still off the library plan. I don't know if library actually works that well against what we saw. Yeah, I think maybe you put back library and try to keep this plus draw some stuff so that we can play Thragtusk. On the draw, you can draw on turn 2. Yeah. I think I'm going to keep this and send back a forest. I just feel like, oh, they are not mono red. They've surprised me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I think it's Boros bad manas. This is an unexpected turn of events. All right, I'm glad I kept the library, I guess. This also explains the Manamorphose a little bit better. Yes, Thragtusk is going to have to do some heavy lifting. Come on, 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 come on. Not what I wanted to see. Okay. Just slow and steady does it. Conan! Welcome. It's good to see you. All right, oh shit. They're going on the mega aggressive plan. We really need to, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let me play a forest first. And then draw. And then play honkers. And hopefully Honkers can block the Giver runes. That's some technology right there. If we play the Thragtusk, I'm feeling pretty good about the game. If we don't play the Thragtusk, I'm feeling pretty bad about the game. You're wrong about putting back library. I did not think this was going to be a game where we were librarying Shay, and it might not be. Like, we might be dying here in a second. But if they don't have removal for the goose, if that happens, I think next turn we take off of library and we go like Forest Garrick and have to start making 3/3s because we need some blockers for this garbage. Come on, man. How many games are we going to lose to Palace Jailer today? You hate to see it. Them drawing a bunch of cards is really bad for us because they're presumably drawing more burn since they are Boros Garbo. Yeah, we do seem pretty dead. Not loving it. Yes, Monarch cards should be banned in 1v1. Just doesn't make any sense. They are estúpidos. We could draw Soul Ring. Soul Ring could get us to Thragtusk this turn. That would be really nice. Yeah, I think Garrick will take some of the heat off of us because we have to... Green Suns. Nah, Green Suns is going to have to get something later. Yeah, we're off library here. They can now send Selfless Spirit at this, but at least the Beast should be able to block these two or the Mishra's Factory. Yep, I think Green Suns for a Hermit just to make blockers might help. They do have this Giver, so at some point we have to figure out what we do with the Giver. Next turn we can get Avenger. That assumes that Garrick lives though, right? Doesn't seem super likely. What format is this? This is Vintage Cube. Ooh, Abbot of Carol Keep. God, into Figure of Destiny. And if they have a land in their hand, which I bet they do because they've been drawing from the Monarch, they can still send with a Mishra's Factory. Unfortunate. Sad Trombone. Oh, I have it ready. Look. This is probably coming at Garrick. Yeah. It's coming at us. Yeah, I don't... Oh, they're... giving it pro. I accept. That loyal war dog is not doing anything. Yep, just... Ugin would be good. I don't even know what gets us out of this at this point. Deranged Hermit into Creator of Behemoth or something. Yeah, Red Arrogant Knight. I'm just... Thragtusk into Hermit into Karn. Maybe. The problem is this, first of all, their Selfless Spirit can keep chipping in for however much it wants. They also have this Figure of Destiny that they can level up to a ton and then use the Giver to send it through. Dude, Time Twister, I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it. Also, this gets protection from colorless, by the way. So It's 2 then 4 to make it into 4/4. It will tap the giver though. So we can put that there. It is gonna eat up all their mana basically. Plus tap the giver of runes. And then that there. And then we have to take 3, 5. Ugh. Yeah, Palace Jailer is stupid. I wish they would get rid of it. So Thragtusk is going to go down, but we get to keep the Beast. And we get to keep the Beast from Thragtusk. Yeah, 3, 4, and then Giver. Or maybe sack the Selfless Spirit. They should just activate the Giver, I think. Oh wow, they had a Burst Lightning to send to my face and be able to trade with the Abbot of Carol Keep. So sad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can't do it next turn yet. Yeah, perfect timing for Steve. This is just terrible. They don't have enough to make the figure Destiny go Super Saiyan yet. I think we're supposed to do this for 5 and get the Hermit. But after this, we just don't have... We don't really have outs. Polyk. Is Polyk more helpful? I don't think so. We're dead. They can attack with Selfless Spirit and Figure of Destiny. Yeah. Also, they did have enough? Oh, they did it with a land. Okay, so they are just like Boros Feast. Boros Feasters with Palace Jailer. Yes, we need to get our channel going. How bad is adding red? Having the Abrade and access to the Renin 6 is both nice. We'd have to add Copperline Gore, Raging Ravine, and like a red source. It's not good for our mana. I think I'd rather be able to add a Garruk in there actually. And I like it even better than Polukranos. Or actually... take out opposition, bring in Polyk. I think opposition's not good against what they're doing. And then we can take out Breeding Pool. We can keep Flooded... No, not Flooded Stone. We can keep Wooded Foothills. And then add just 3 forests. You might cut an 8 for Hangerback. Woodfall Primus is not at its best here. Hangerback's okay. Yeah. I kind of like that swap, Dreamy. Just try to make it so that we don't get run over so badly. Alright, this works. We need to... draw some lands off the top, but I think between the Goose and this is like, and then maybe Garruk being able to fight their Giver or something. Because it doesn't look super likely like they don't look like they have that much burn. They actually just look like Boros creatures. If they Burst Lightning me, that's the only spell we saw. Please, no, fuck. Don't, please. Okay, that's fine. That was a good draw. That was a good draw. Okay, well, Gilded Goose just gets to live now. We could just play the Tireless Dragon, but I think we just play the Steve, and then if we... with that land, we get Garruk and fight. And that's pretty darn good. So if they play one more spell and they have one red mana to activate, they can use the Lava Man on the Gilded Goose. Sure. Yeah, plateau número dos. They do not have attacks here. Yeah, we were making fun of their mana for being Boros Feast mana, but Selfless is pretty annoying, especially because, like, if we kill the Selfless, the Lava Man's going to be able to kill our Garruk. Swing. Oh my god, channel into Battle Ball and Garruk would be incredible. Channel! Not bad. Not a bad draw. So, I mean, Ryan, thank you so much for the 23. You sure can have some cube as a treat. I think it's better to kill the Selfless Spirit and have them commit some amount of their turn next turn to, like, killing my Garruk Relentless. Rather than, like, killing the Lava Mancer and then, like, they just bash Garruk. They can kill it. But I think either way they're going to kill my Garruk, and I want to kill one of their things. And I think between the two, it's better to kill the Selfless. Oh, you mean they just bash it? You mean attack with Lava Mancer? You're right, yeah. Maybe we don't play Garruk yet. It's so awkward. Maybe we just play Tireless Tracker and not... I guess Selfless Target gives less options. It gives them the option to just attack with Lava Mancer and kill. Play Garruk Make Token is not great because then they just attack it with Selfless Spirit and then our thing is done. So that play also doesn't work out very well. I think it's just play Tracker. Because if we draw a land next turn, we might just play the Thragtusk. Because we still have the Gilded Goose food to ramp. Obviously, if they cast a spell and then activate Lava Mancer, this doesn't work out very well either. I just think Thragtusk looks much better on this board than playing Garruk and immediately having it die. That does not seem great. Yes, if they kill our goose, we're in trubs. Then we're forced to make the Garruk play next turn. Huh. Hellrider and Soulscar Mage. Okay, well, I guess we'll see if they have lands in their hand. Hellrider is spooky. Yeah, there's a Mishra's Factory and they're gonna go... Oh, wow. Instead of playing the Soulscar Mage, they would rather kill my Tireless Tracker. That's... Wow. That's interesting. We still have a fetch in the deck, yeah. That means that next turn they can probably go like land Hellrider is going to be their play. And we didn't draw land, so frustrating. Well, if we play Garrick and make a beast, they can attack with a bunch of stuff, but the beast at the very least can trade with a Hell Rider if they do plan on playing the Hell Rider and attacking. So, kind of feel like maybe that's our best play. We're in a bad spot, yo. Yeah, I think so too, Shay. I think some of our plays were very forced when we... Oh, do they not have a land? Oh, they didn't have fourth land. Okay, that's good for us. So they just went Soulscar Giver. Well, Garrick is gonna die because they can give her to protect something. I guess we could just fight the giver, maybe. If we fight the giver, they can sack the spirit to keep it alive, which kind of sucks. But I guess I'd rather giver dies, so maybe I just try to go for the giver. Yeah, that's true too, Shay. Maybe they F6 and they don't protect it. Okay. I mean, the Selfless Spirit can now kill the Garrick, but now they don't have a giver to give stuff unblockable, so I think we're doing fine. Like, if we draw a land next turn and play a Thragtusk, we're in good shape, right? If we brick, we can just try to make one off of the Gilded Goose. I could also chump with a Gilded Goose to keep the Garrick alive and start making the... Death Touch Wolves. I kind of think the Death Touch Wolves are valuable. Yeah, the Selfless Spirit has just killed every Garrick we've played. We just keep throwing them out there to die. Alright, if they want to get my Garrick, they're going to have to... Also, it's going to eat 2 attacks from the Spirit because it's going to tick up to 3, and then they're going to have to attack plus attack again. Or, like, Lava Man activate. If we draw Channel at some point here, we can play a bunch of stuff. Oh my god, we drew the Wooded Foothills. Incredible. So make the Wolf. Whew, I think we're doing fine now. Don't have attacks, but we're doing okay. Yeah, we still can't attack. I don't want the Garrick to die. If they want to kill my Garrick, they have to... Oh. Oh, shit. That is not good. Well, I'm really happy we didn't attack with a beast. That would have been awful. If we draw a Soul Ring or a Worn Power Stone at some point here, we also are in good shape to get these two going. I was liking our position, but I'm not liking it anymore. I don't know. I guess it depends on how long this game goes. We have a bunch of draws that are pretty good. We have a lot of draws that are pretty bad. We have a lot of like ramp creatures and stuff. Those would be awful. I guess they get us closer to this, so it's not 0. Imperial Recruiter. Yeah, Thrag might be able to start attacking Molly because we're at 22. I think we have to see what they get. Monastery Mentor. Figure of Destiny. Oh, god damn it. Wow, that draw was awful. Yep, we don't have attacks. Library of Alexandria. Now any land, and I don't think we have any tapped ones. Any land gets us either of our 7 drops. We're taking 5 in the air every turn. Sure. Don't also have a spell. Come on. Yeah, that's what I assume, Seth. But they didn't play it this turn, and I would have guessed they should have. So I doubt that they took it out of their deck, right? That doesn't make any sense. Guess maybe I should have sent with Thrag before. Should I have sent with Thrag before playing the Drained Hermit? Maybe I should have. It's not like I was gonna have like some sick jukes or something. I don't think I want to pay Echo. I don't think we want to attack either. I just think we have so many lands. Oh my god, that was a really, really good draw. I mean, maybe they had it in their hand, but that was really good. That is also true, Mole. I think killing the Giver was fine. But the Selfless Spirit is kind of giving us the business. Bomi, Embereth, Shieldbreaker, Burst Lightning, and Caracas. Well, Tyler Letters, they have a lot of easy ways of getting rid of a 1/1 on the board. So I think paying Echo is kind of useless here. Basically, next turn they have their choice of how they want to kill Drained Hermit, so no reason to keep it around. Green Suns. We could Green Suns for a Biogenic Ooze. I think that's the play. I think the only way we can win this game is X-Drinker, Biogenic Ooze, Polycane. Yeah, no, it's just a Biogenic Ooze. I think the only way we win this game is trying to set up a big board that they can't attack very well through, and then getting enough mana to hoof them. I think that is the only out. So I think that means like drawing a land next turn for Karn to kill the Resto Angel next turn. Oh, they're gonna go off this turn though. Because they're going to go Lotus Petal into Ember. Well, they can't even Embereth Shieldbreaker. I guess they could blow up their own Lotus Petal if they want. They could just cast it as a creature, I guess. Yeah, we might need the Comcast assist this time. Sad. I don't know about this Lotus Petal in their deck, but obviously, like, at this point, it doesn't really matter. What are they coming at? Oh, yeah, they're just going face. I like that play. I mean, I'm sure. Can't they just kill us if they attack with everybody? Because Grim Lavamancer has 2 more damage on it. And they can burst Lightning Face. I just have 6. We look pretty dubs to me too. I mean, I'm gonna let them do the thing and see if they attack with everybody. They have the Selfless Spirit too, so it's not like... Jesus. Is there any way on earth that we don't take in fee? Oh yeah, this thing is a 6 and we can't block it. Yup. We look omega dubs. Wow. What's happening with Luis after stream? Oh, he's doing the Resources versus Lords Showdown. That's today. This looks... Are we on the play or draw? Turn 1 to them. Oh. We're on the draw, so we could try to just library. We could go library and then play nothing. I kind of like it. Let's do it. Draw channel would be nice. I bet we're going to get punished for trying to library here. What if we draw channel and win with Hexdrinker? Okay, we're playing as a blue deck, so I don't mind making the library play against the blue deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we don't want to do it yet. We want to do it at the end of their turn. If we library and then draw channel, it will be at least very funny. Yes, that's gonna be so tilting. It's gonna be tilting is what it's gonna be. Bitter Beezy. Okay. They seem to be another slowish kind of deck, so that's good for us. Aw, thanks. Good luck, have fun. It's very nice of our opponent. Okay, let's draw a card. Okay, it wasn't channel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have to go 8, 7. And then we'll draw on their turn. Oh my god, if they ninjutsu us. Oh my god, that's right. That's how the card count works. Molly, I can't believe how long I've played Magic Online and don't use that feature. One day I'll learn. But today is not that day, seems like. Rakdos Siggy, sure. No problem. God, they're gonna fall in Shinobi us next turn. I can kind of feel it. Back to 9. We can't really... I guess we could... Gilded Goose. What if we use Green Sun Zenith? We go land Zenith for 1. Get Gilded Goose. And Gilded Goose can just block the Fairy Rogue. It works for now, which is all we need, right? I kind of want to do it. That works for 1 turn, yeah. But then it also ramps us into other good stuffs, right? How dare they? That's just rude. Okay. I don't really want to offer the Hex Drinker trade with a Fairy Rogue. That just sounds bad. They have 2 cards in the hand. Nah, I'm not scared of Shinobi. Famous last words. I'm okay dying to Shinobi here if we die to Shinobi. I think that trade is just awful. They're playing a land. Makes it a lot less likely that they have Shinobi. Kicked twice. We didn't end up picking up that Rex Sage, did we? I don't think we did. Yeah, I think we passed it for some like fetch or something. Ignoble Hierarch, sure. Coercive Portal. Okay, with Coercive Portal we can maybe... Because they don't have that much going on. They kicked the Chalice and like, I don't know what's at the top of, you know. And we've drawn 1,000,000. We could also go set up for like this Woodfall Primus. Hierarch attack seems a good first step. Well, I was also thinking we might go like not library this turn and then just go like Forest, Garruk, untap lands. Because then they attack my Garruk, but I don't care. Then I get 2 plus these 4, 5. We could also go Garruk into, yeah, untap lands, play Steve. Oh, we could Garruk. Yes. Yes, that sounds good. That's the best line. That's the best. That's it. That's it. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Yeah. Okay, actually, yeah, it does have Exalted. I blind assume that it did because I know it's supposed to be just like the opposite of Noble Hierarch. Okay, 2 cards. One of them is whatever they had in hand, and then it's their draw step. And we are setting up nicely for this hoof. Next turn, we might want to Biogenic Scoos. Just to set up for the hoof. Who messages me? Oh. I don't know if they're dead. So if I Garruk and make a creature and then hoof, it's for 4. We could also... Oh, because we can hoof and pump the Hex too. They also have infinite mana untapped. It's true. I feel like they should be dead if we do this. Oh, you know what's awkward? It's the green mana. Although I guess we can just play Wooded Foothills. Yeah, so hold on. Let me go play the Foothills. We can untap green with Garruk, but I kind of thought that we should... oh, I should have gotten the Breeding Pool. I kind of thought we should take down with Garruk to make another 3/3. So let's see if this channel works. Because it just might not work. It did work. Oh, is it still lethal even without the 3/3? Wait, did I miscount? Oh shit, I am short. I'm gonna have to pump the Hex Drinker, I guess. I did miscount. Let me use this here. We are doing the achievement. Oh shit. They didn't even have us do the thing. That was sweet. So I guess I'm glad I played my land because it couldn't leak us first. Yeah, exactly, Molly. Exactly. But I played the land, and I guess, and we hadn't used the ignoble hierarchy yet. Yeah, it's true. It basically, if you think you're gonna die to the channel, you should just channel the leak because it might actually mess up their turn afterward. But there's no way that once channel's resolved, 3 mana is gonna make a difference. Oh yeah, maybe if we're like, maybe if the plan is to play Emrakul and then they leak and we took 15 damage, but then I take an extra turn anyway. Okay, I did the thing. There you go. This looks... I'm going to keep it. Gaby has the fact that Hex Drinker works with channel make it better progenitus, right? It's a... Build your own progenitus. It's a DIY project. This opposition looks awful. Yeah, some assembly required. All right, ignoble hierarch delivered to us. I think we play the monolith just because that gives us the outs of maybe spiking one of our 7 mana cards. Barkeem, thank you for the 57 and the tier 2 sub. Very much appreciated. Welcome back, friend. Ooh. We're not close to that. I do think we play the monolith, though. All right, get in there, ignoble hierarch. Boom. Okay. Sounds good. Ooh, BattleBox sounds fun, Shay. It was really good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Good catch-ups, good catch-ups. All right, that construct is a little... Oh man, Duretti's actually really good against what we're doing. Oh wow, they're popping off, my god. MTG Steve-O, thank you. Oh god, are we getting... Nah, I just had a thing come up with work, so we're just kind of talking about it. Do we get a blue off of this? Is this your own cube? No, this is just a vintage cube. I guess if we don't crack the Steve, yes, I would not have anything. Oh. Wow, okay. I guess it's just casting the Ulamog and killing the Duretti, right? Because I guess we also could play the Hoof and the Steve can attack. Well, Ulamog and Hoof is too much life, you guys. Remember, this isn't like free mana. We have a Grim Monolith that we can maybe use, but it's... Let's start here. See if it resolves. Level infos is possible, but not lethal. Yeah. You mean... Ula, whatever, it's the same thing. I think we still probably go for it. And I think we use a Grim Monolith, because we're just going to be taking so much life if we don't. It's not lethal. Remember, the Ignoble Hierarch is going to have to tap for the 3 green that we need for the Hoof. Kill that. So only the Hoof and the Sakura Tribe Elder are attacking. And it's not quite enough because this doesn't get haste. Yeah. It's still really good. Oh, oopsies. Yeah, they go to 3. Yo, compatible. It's good to see you. We're playing some Cube. You would rather kill Chalice? Well, Duretti kills anything, so I guess it doesn't kill Ulamog. That is unfortunate. I think we might have to crack this Steve and get blue so that if we spike blue, we can play opposition. We didn't. Unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Do we play land? What would make a difference with us playing this land? I don't think anything. Which is the other blue source in the deck? We have a lot. We've got Breeding Pool. And we've got a bunch of creatures that make blue. Might matter for Annihilator. Oh, I guess it might. Is Annihilator 4? Yeah, I guess we'll play it. I guess they are attacking. Okay. Sack 4 permanents. We also have to block, by the way. God damn it. So if we sack 4 forests and leave Forest, Island, and Grim Monolith, we give ourselves the highest chance of having 5 mana next turn for like Biogenic Ooze and Deranged Hermit. But realistically, what we'd want is to be able to play opposition. I think we have to sack 4 forests. No, I don't think we have anything that destroys the treachery, sadly. Yes, I think it's 4 forests. And we have to chump with Ignoble. And now we're on the, like, pray to God plan. God damn it, honkers. We're just done. That was unfortunate. Hey, Heavenly. Why you could block with Goose? That Ulamog has text that says Annihilator 4, and then after we block with Goose, we can't win anymore. You think we could have played it out? I thought we were debared though. We basically have to sack too much stuff and then the opposition's no longer an option. So we attack. They have 2 blockers. They have the Construct and they have a Celestial Colonnade. And between those 2 and the Annihilator 4, I don't think we can win. All right, yeah. I'm also just trying to wrap up this thing that I had just for work real quick. Yeah, so the problem there is we just have too little stuff left, even with a hoof left, because they have 2 blockers. They didn't have the mana to activate calling on tapped. Oh, that might have been true. That I'm not sure. Ooh. I like it. Okay, blue. Oh god, I said blue, but that's not what I meant. I wanted a green sword, not a blue sword. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. So, God, shoot. That's a shame. We're actually very close to casting the Battle Ball without, like, the assistive channel if we just play this Power Stone. Because the choice here is either play Power Stone or, if we play the Sylvan Carrot, the channel's available next turn. But we're, like, so close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we draw a land, we can just Battle Ball. I think we should just play the Power Stone. They did not spell pierces, which is interesting. Hey, the Pasta Pirate! Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. Hey, Engage We Trust. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, love it. I just want to jam the Battle Ball. That's what I want. It's so awkward if we run into... Garrick to not get leaked is... Garrick not get leaked is pretty nice. We could go Garrick not get leaked and then make a beast. Yeah, you know what? Against the grip of 7, that actually sounds reasonable. Although we could go Garrick untap 2 forests channel, not get leaked, and then play Battle Ball. Yeah, let's do it. Oh my god, hold on. Oh my god. This is so scary. You never know if it's gonna work. Garrick not get leaked. Love it. Leak this. Love it. Sick. Am I playing in the open? No, because it's standard. I would have if it were limited. Oh, we could over on GG, huh? We could do that, couldn't we? Is that really better than just like... I guess then we would not be tapping the stuff to the Battle Ball. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 plus that. Yeah, that is... What is a punish? If they have a direct damage kill to the Mirror Battlesphere. Oh, Westchester, nah. We're playing Vintage Cube right now. Yeah, I agree. Let's just make him have it. This is not a chicken stream. No chickerino. This is one of the rare instances. Ooh, look at that. Rare instances where attacking with all the Battle Ball thingy separate. Sounds good. No chicken, but where's the dog? I don't know. She hasn't come to visit me in a while. Maybe she's forgotten about me already. Maybe she doesn't care anymore. All right. Captain Harry, let's battle. Yeah. That's a great draw. Amazing. Actually, we should portal first. In case I have Force of Will. They don't have shit. Okay, let's just keep going. Channel's so stupid. We could have voted Carnage. Alright, we have no idea what we're playing against, so we're just gonna submit. Wow. Julita has sensed that there are intruders. Can you guys hear her from down here, since this is such a different setup? You can probably still hear her a little bit, right? Oh, this is a nice hand. Would I channel for Portal there? Yeah. I definitely would have. 100%. I didn't come here to not channel for Portal there. Oh, Jules! I know, I saw. Were there intruders? What's going on? Aww. You're a good girl. You're a good guard dog, even though you don't realize that no one's really intruding the house. I just play like ignoble. Yeah? Yeah, what's going on, girl? It's all good. It's all good. Ooh! She likes this one, Seth. Let me give her one of the try hard shoes. I actually want to go to like PetSmart or whatever this weekend to get her some. Are you excited, Julita? Oh, she's licking her chops. Look at her. She's licking her chops. Ooh, woo. We can make a bunch of stuff happen here. Sit. Down. Oh, she's stretching. Shake. Good girl. What a good girl. I guess I could have gone Birds of Paradise Gilded Goose, actually. I forgot that the Flooded Strand can only fetch, yeah, I did. Because I could have also gotten Green Source and gotten the green off of the Ignoble Hierarch and then play a Birds of Paradise. But I forgot that our Flooded Strand is kind of like a half Flooded Strand. Yeah, I don't beef that one. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna fetch the blue source here at the end of the turn. I just didn't. They didn't need to know that I was only capable of fetching that. Okay. Well, I guess I'm glad we didn't play the Monolith at any point there. That could have been bad. So we have 5 mana. I kind of want to set up for Green Suns next turn. If we play Green Suns plus Gilded Goose and Steve, that seems pretty good. This is the Monolith turn for sure. So let's go. Hold on. Yeah, this works. Steve, Grim, and like Bop. Then next turn we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could get Avenger if we draw land. Oh, we can even crack the Steve. Or if we crack the Steve preemptively, we can just get Woodfall Primus or Hoof. It's a little awkward because we'd have to crack the Steve and Sylvan Carita doesn't attack. But obviously Primus is just like pretty good. Solemn. Hold on, let me turn off the Julita cam. No longer necessary. Yeah, this is like 5-color nonsense. They're attacking me. Yeah, I guess I will block here and... Hello, Firefly. Welcome on in. Warren Power Stone, huh? Why are they so many colors? I kind of like getting just a primal, the Woodfall Primus, and killing their like island. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess we could go Gilded Goose plus Power Stone and then just Green Suns next turn. Yeah, no, I like that. That's a reasonable line. We can even hit with a bot. Got him. Yeah, and then next turn we can go Green Suns. Not have to tap any other creatures except maybe Sylvan Carotid because that one can't attack anyway. And then play Hoof and just hopefully win. Yeah, maybe this is just a Golos deck. You just never play against 5-color anymore because there's no real reason to be 5 colors these days. Is there a honk on my soundboard? I have an air horn. Yeah, I do not care. I'll just take all the damage. Although, you can actually block there. They shocked. Shocking development. What the fuck is this? I mean, I'd rather they tap out than then just pass with all their mana up. Oh. That's fine. Even if I get dazed... This is 7. Hoof is 8, right? That looks like 8 mana. I guess technically I should play my forest to be technically correct in case they play Daze, but like it's so unlikely that they play Daze. Yo, Nucleo! Welcome. How goes it? 5, 6, 7, 8. Done. Oh, even in case of Daze, we even have the Sylvan Caryatid, because that one can't even attack, you know? Huff them. They are Doberto. Love it. So we went 2-1. What did we lose to? Oh my god, we lost to that Boros deck that just trounced us. They clowned us. It wasn't even close. We lost to Palace Jailer, to be clear. We lost to Palace Jailer twice. It was stupid. The Boros deck everyone was hitting on the whole time. Yeah. Alrighty, everybody. Let me wrap up this video real quick. If you're watching this on YouTube, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed another Vintage Cube draft. Weird draft to navigate. We ended up in a kind of cool deck at the end. If you would like to support the stream and channel, something super easy you can do is subscribe. Lets you know when other videos come out. Totally free way for you to support the channel. Also, if you're shopping on channelfireball.com and use the code Gaby, that also directly supports the stream. Thanks for watching, YouTube. If you like this video, you can subscribe for more. And if you want to come say hi to us on the live stream, that's on twitch.tv/GabySpartz. I stream every weekday in the afternoons, Mountain Times. See you later.